What if I told you that a single tech competition could completely change how you prove who you are online? Well, it might be happening, and it all kicks off with one number. So, what's the number? $20,000. Okay, not exactly a huge jackpot for a tech company, right? But this isn't about the money. A company based in Hong Kong, zkME Technology, just won this prize. And why they won it? That's the part that could change everything for you and me. You see, this wasn't some award for a flashy new app. Nope. This prize was for tackling one of the biggest, thorniest problems of the entire internet. The big one. How do you prove who you are without handing over the keys to your entire digital life? All right, let's get into the details. The company, again, is zkME Technology. And the event, it was the Consensus Hong Kong PitchFest. Now, for those of you who follow this space, you know winning here is a huge deal. It's like getting a giant seal of approval from all the top minds in the industry, and it puts a massive spotlight right on their big idea. So to really get why this is such a big deal, we have to talk about a problem that honestly affects all of us. I'm talking about that constant tug of war between two things: the internet needing to know who we are, and us wanting to keep our private information, well, private. And this right here, this lays it all out. Think about the internet today. It's all about these giant centralized databases, right? Think Facebook, Google. They're basically giant honeypots for hackers. But then you have this promise of the decentralized web, or Web 3, where you are supposed to be in control of your own data. The big question is, how do you make those two worlds talk to each other? I mean, how can you do something like online banking, which has strict know your customer rules to stop bad actors, in a new kind of internet that's all about privacy? And believe me, this isn't just some niche problem for crypto enthusiasts. This quote from a research analyst says it all. The lack of a good, privacy-first way to handle digital identity has been a massive roadblock. It's one of the main reasons big financial institutions have been hesitant to jump into decentralized finance, or DeFi. You know, DeFi wants to rebuild finance on the blockchain, lending, trading, all without the old-school banks. But those banks can't just dive in. They have rules to follow. And that's where this new tech could be a complete game changer. Okay, so how exactly does zkME plan to solve this massive dilemma? Well, it's a super clever combination of two really fascinating technologies. Let's break down how they fit together. First up, we have something called DePIN. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful. It stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. But the core idea is actually pretty straightforward. Instead of one giant company like Amazon or Google owning all the servers that run everything, a DePIN network is built and run by a whole community of people. Think of it like a community-owned internet backbone. This makes the whole system way more secure and resilient because there's no single point of failure. And this decentralized foundation is absolutely key to zkME's whole approach. Okay, so you have the foundation. Now for the really cool part, the magic, really. It's called zero-knowledge proofs, or ZKPs. It sounds like something out of science fiction, but the concept is brilliant. Let's use an example. Imagine you want to get into a bar and you have to prove you're over 21. The old way? You flash your ID, which shows your name, your address, your exact birthday, way more info than they need. With a ZKP, you could just generate a proof that says, yep, this person is legally old enough. That's it. You prove the fact is true without revealing any of the underlying data. It's a total game changer. And here's how that looks in the real world. Let's say a financial website needs to confirm you're an accredited investor before they can let you in. Step 1, they ask the question. Step 2, instead of you uploading a bunch of sensitive bank statements and tax documents, your digital wallet just creates one of these cryptographic proofs. And step 3, the reveal. You show them only the proof. They get the simple yes or no they need to be compliant, and your personal financial history stays completely 100% private. See how powerful that is? Now, you can probably guess where the first and most powerful use case for this technology is going to be: the world of decentralized finance. This could be the key that finally unlocks its full potential. So let's be real. The big money, we're talking about the giant investment banks, the hedge funds, all the major players, they've pretty much been sitting on the sidelines when it comes to DeFi. And why? Because of these massive hurdles. Regulatory headaches, clunky user experiences, security nightmares. And that last one, identity and compliance, that's been the biggest wall of all. This is where zkME's solution comes in and just smashes through that wall. By solving the identity problem, they're basically rolling out a welcome mat for all that institutional capital.
Suddenly, these big firms can get into DeFi markets and still follow all their regulatory rules. And this is more than just a tech fix. It fundamentally changes the game. It means we could have financial services based on things like a provable reputation, not just how much money you already have. That could open up opportunities for millions of people.
And hey, don't just take it from me. This quote from a strategist at a major investment bank just nails it. They say the holy grail for DeFi is getting everyone to use it. And that can't happen without a solid identity solution that perfectly balances privacy with compliance. They're basically describing exactly what we've been talking about.
Okay, but let's zoom out for a second. Because while finance is the first big step, this technology is way, way bigger than just crypto and banking. This kind of private, verifiable identity could totally reshape, well, almost everything.
Just think about healthcare for a minute. Imagine you're seeing a new specialist. Instead of giving them your entire life's medical history, you could just grant them temporary cryptographic proof of a specific allergy or condition. That's it. You control who sees what and for how long. It's faster, it's more secure, and it puts patients back in the driver's seat. Or how about something totally different, like supply chains? What if every single product had a verifiable digital identity? We could pretty much wipe out counterfeit goods overnight. You could scan a package and instantly see its entire provable journey, from the factory to your doorstep. That's a level of transparency and trust we've just never had before. This could even change how we interact with our own governments. Think about applying for services or benefits online. Instead of uploading a dozen sensitive documents, the system could just verify you're eligible with a simple proof. You could even use this to build far more secure, private, and trustworthy voting systems. That's not just making things more efficient, it's about rebuilding trust in our core institutions. This quote from an innovation officer really brings it all home. They say that any industry that handles personal data stands to benefit. This isn't just a minor upgrade, it's about completely rewriting the rules of trust for the entire digital economy. So that leaves us with this final, really big idea to chew on. Right now, your online identity is this big pile of data, right? Your name, birthday, address, stuff you constantly have to worry about and protect. But what if we changed the definition? What if your identity wasn't a bunch of data, but a set of truths about yourself that you could prove whenever you needed to without ever handing over the data itself? Just think about that for a second. What would that unlock for you? What would it unlock for all of us? Because that's the future that's being built right now.